We spoke with a few people who live in this neighborhood off of 32nd Street, and they say this is a very unsafe place to live. And seeing that 14-year-old who was shot and killed Thursday evening just a couple buildings away from them, it makes the matter even worse.
Her family says she had a lively spirit.
She was a bright child, rambunctious, loose spirit, free spirit, but she was good. You know what I'm saying? I love her.
14-year-old Kaleiah Dean was an outgoing, outspoken, ambitious, loving, and bright teen girl who had a beautiful spirit to match. She attended Arsenal Technical High School and was looking forward to all her future had to offer. Just 2 years ago, Kaleiah would lose her older sister to gun violence, vowing to remain strong for her and staying focused. Little did anyone close to Kaleiah know, tragedy would soon strike again. Just after 7 p.m. on November 16th, Indianapolis Metropolitan Police responded to the 3100 block of North Emerson Avenue on Indianapolis' east side for reports of a shooting. Upon arrival, they would locate an unresponsive teen girl in the passenger seat of a vehicle and an unresponsive teen boy across the street.
Marion County Coroner's Office is identifying the teen shot and killed near 30th and Emerson last night. A teenage boy was also shot. He was taken to Riley Hospital for Children and is listed in serious condition. INPD says officers were patrolling the area around 7:30 last night and heard gunfire. This shooting happened just a few blocks from another shooting on Wednesday night that killed a 13-year-old boy.
No matter how hardened our officers get, there's no way to prepare them for seeing young lives being lost and shot. And there's a continuous toll. And over the years, it builds and builds and builds. And it's super stressful for the officers. It's super stressful for the communities. It's horrible all the way around.
The victims were identified as 14-year-old Kaleiah Dean, who was sadly pronounced dead at the scene, and the 15-year-old teen male who was rushed to a local hospital with critical injuries. Although police are still investigating what led to the shooting, they quickly noted that this incident was not the first time the same family has been impacted by gun violence. In May 2021, at an apartment complex on the southeast side of Indianapolis, while sitting in the passenger seat of a car, 21-year-old Darisha Young was shot to death. Her younger sister Kaleiah spoke out about the loss at that time, never imagining that just 2 years later, she, who asked not to be shown on camera, said she is distraught over losing two daughters to gun violence. Kaleiah's death marks a record-breaking 23rd homicide involving a juvenile victim this year in Indianapolis, and the third teen to be killed in this particular neighborhood since November 12th. On November 1st, Janiah Carr, a 15-year-old student who attended Arsenal Technical High School with Kaleiah, was also shot and killed in Indianapolis. A resident who lives near where Kaleiah was shot said the neighborhood has been unsafe for years, pointing out bullet holes in his front door after a previous shooting, with many of his neighbors' apartments damaged as well. Many community activists believe preventing youth violence starts at home, with parents and kids being involved in each other's lives. A balloon release was held in the parking lot where Kaleiah tragically lost her life, with friends and family gathering together to honor her memory.
A life her family still can't believe is gone.
It's surreal, because this is exactly what she was.
The 14-year-old was one of two teens shot Thursday night. The other person, a 15-year-old boy, was found across the street. Paramedics took him to the hospital in serious condition. Kaleiah's family says they were told the shooting happened in a car.
It's senseless to be out here taking lives. We're gunning down each other like life doesn't even matter anymore.
Kaleiah was a student at Arsenal Technical High School. Her family says she had a lively spirit.
She was a bright child, rambunctious, loose spirit, free spirit, but she was good. You know what I'm saying? I love her and I miss her dearly.
Very outgoing, charming, bright, intelligent, a whole future ahead of her.
13 News counts at least 22 homicide victims under age 18 in Indianapolis this year.
That don't make no sense. It don't, because the kids are getting killed.
Her uncle says the only thing that does make sense is keeping guns out of the hands of people who shouldn't have them.
Because we're not protecting our future. Our future is our kids.
Police have not provided any suspect information or motive behind the shooting, leaving Kaleiah's loved ones with so many questions. Questions that can only be answered by the person who pulled the trigger.
Whatever the code of silence is out here on the street, you see something, don't say nothing. I think you need to lay that down and step up to the plate.
Until her family gets answers, they'll continue to find ways to show Kaleiah how much she's missed. Starting with this balloon release.
She died before her time.
The bullet holes in Isaac Harris's front door are from another shooting in this neighborhood, but they are a permanent part of the conversation he has with his daughter every time she walks out the door.
I don't want her just coming out here thinking that people won't take care of her.
Yeah.
I mean, people not going to, they got their own lives. You know what I mean? They got to take care of themselves.
Harris's daughter is only a few years younger than Kaleiah Veloise May Dean, the girl who was killed. He says the reason for the rise in youth gun violence is younger people not knowing how to resolve problems.
Be a kid. You know what I mean? Be a kid for now. Being grown is not all it's cracked up to be.
Kaleiah was a student at Arsenal Tech High School. In a statement to 13 News, the school says they are mourning her death, and the district's crisis response team was at the school on Friday to provide support for students and staff. And she's the third student from Arsenal Tech to be killed this year.
As of right now, police have not released any information on a possible suspect or suspects, and the motive is still unknown. Since the senseless and untimely murders of both Kaleiah and her older sister Darisha's father has created a nonprofit to support families affected by gun violence through group support and counseling. The case remains ongoing.
Youth gun violence has impacted dozens of central Indiana families this year, and now a man in Kokomo has created a nonprofit to give them a space to grieve. Our Anna Chalker shares why helping these families is personal.
When Dorico Young's daughter was shot and killed back in 2021, he wanted to create a safe space for men like him who have lost a loved one to gun violence. And while he's been building Riri's place, he says he never imagined he would be using this space to remember her, but also the life of her sister.
Them two girls, loud and funny. Loud and funny.
Young doesn't like to talk about Darisha and her half-sister Kaleiah in the past tense because he never wants to feel like they aren't around.
Got to talk about both of them like they still here, and that's the only way to cope with that.
He says when he heard Kaleiah was killed last Thursday, time stopped.
I'm just lost. I'm lost, and I don't know.
When Darisha died, Young says he shared the emotions many families in central Indiana have. That's why Riri's place is where he doesn't have to feel that pain alone.
I'm taking my pain and trying to help someone else. Maybe their pain to help someone else. And that's all we have is pain to try to help each other with.
While the place right now is only for men, Young plans to expand to every person who loses someone to gun violence, because he says everyone processes a loss like this differently.
It's just a place if you just feel like you need to go somewhere and cry. It's fine. No one's judging you. No one's judging you because this is what Riri's place is for.
Young knows Riri's place will become a safe space for many more people in the future, but he says for right now,
the killing has to stop. It's just, I mean, why is the only question we have.